walls, but I don't let them go over the pits. Um,
Nice.
so that's the change. Oh, and the if you can see me, make it full screen. So we got pink slimes now that run away from the player. It's kind of
Nice.
choppy.
Nice. Look
I
how
can also
they're
send
running.
you a build of this so you can maybe mess around with it.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
really cool.
But the way it's working is right now the pink slimes are spawned like they're just sitting on the outside of the camera, so you can't see them. And as soon as you like kind of move away from them and then come back, the pink slimes come back. So you kind of have to
Ooh,
like bait them to come out of their hiding is kind of the way I'm seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
So you run away and then hope they come back and kind of chase them.
that's pretty smart. Yeah, I see that working.
Cool.
And then I can show you kind of how it looks with the how the spawning is working. So same concept where it's randomly creating layouts with these objects.
Nice.
That's great.
And I can just keep adding more. I'm using this was the sheet I was using, so I'll just like pick a shape that I like, kind of cut it out, and then make it into a sprite.
Nice.
Cool.
And I've been painting onto the background, so I just add like these little rocks or something here and there. Those I can't really
Perfect.
randomize, but it with the other obstacles randomizing, it kind of makes it seem like they're not the same place.
Yeah, you can't really tell. It's perfect.
Yeah, but here you can see how the pink slimes are working, where they're like they want to come to you, and you can chase them off, and as soon as you run away, they like immediately snap back.
That's cool. That's cool. I like it.
Nice. How's the gameplay? Have you? I mean, playing it through a couple times.
Yeah, I think it's definitely way more fun with the pink slimes because now I'm like, okay, now I'm trying to kill these guys, the regular slimes, while chasing the pink slimes.
Yeah.
The one thing I wanted to add today was sometimes you're like because you're kind of now ignoring the other slimes, you're mainly shooting pink slimes. They're not because I have it set to every time you kill a normal slime, it spawns another normal slime. I want to have it set so it's on a timer now. So even if you're ignoring the normal slimes, they're still going to spawn more and more.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so right now it's just more of like you're chasing pink slimes and you're like, okay, I've got enough pink slimes. But if you're ignoring the purple slimes and everything, it stays the same amount, which becomes too easy.
Right.
So I want to change it so even if you're ignoring all these other slimes, you're still going to start getting overwhelmed by them.
Cool.
Got it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna add I think I want to add like a little something like a melee attack, I think. Something that you can like risk getting close to kind of swipe at them and you can kill
Mm.
them maybe in one hit. So it's a
Mm.
little risk reward. Like you come in close, you can swipe it once instead of having to like constantly shoot from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
It'll make, I think, getting these clumps that form right here a bit easier to get rid of because
Yeah.
you're like, I can just go swipe, 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 run away, kill a bunch of
Right.
them, and then worry about the pink slimes.
Sick. All right.
Yeah, so I think it worked, and I've got the spawning seems to be pretty nice. It's pretty evenly laid out. Sometimes it gets a little buggy, but I think the more obstacles I'll add, the more it'll fill out these areas. So I
Cool.
want to add
Yeah.
like different sizes of pits. So you got like a small pit and a big pit, and maybe only one big pit will spawn somewhere on the map. So kind of starting to balance things out, so it's not so random. It's a little bit more formulaic.
Nice. Nice. It looks great.
Exciting.
It looks. I can't wait to play the build.
Yeah, and I think probably a playable build, or even I can even send something like this to mess around with, like today or tomorrow.
Yeah, that'd be
And
great.
I can even put that I'll slap it in the PowerPoint, so there's a link to it.
Perfect. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so everything now is being
Super
tracked.
exciting.
So tracking the pinks, grays, and orange, and I can just that's where the balancing comes in and how much we want to assign point values to. I haven't really thought about it.
Mhm.
That's where play testing will come in and be like, okay, how many purples am I killing? If I'm killing a lot of them, maybe they're worth less. If I'm killing few grays, maybe they're worth more. That is just going to come with having more people play it.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah, in terms of gameplay, it's coming together. It's just going to come down to like deciding points and balancing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It's great so far. Looking like a real game.
Yeah, as soon as I had the assets, I was like, oh, yeah, this is a game now.
Yeah.
And if you have the assets like combined with the nice like zoomed in look, it was like, okay, this is something that I can see myself like sitting down and playing for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think the music that was chosen is very like it gets you pretty pumped. Very Sega Genesis, but in a good way. Like it's got some bangers in it. The sound effects pack is also very encompassing. It says that it's like a medieval pack, but it has like almost universal sounds in there. So yeah, I think
Yeah, cool.
You
I'll
don't
give
think
it.
it's missing the environment? There's a lot of the assets are great, but I think like one at least one giant, kind of environment piece.
Yeah,
It'll just tie everything together. Maybe like a giant statue, or maybe like a giant icicle, a stalactite that's really big.
yeah. It needs something. I think I wanted to either have like a big pit somewhere with like a floating piece, 'cause there are like this floating pieces on the assets,
Hmm.
or something. The problem is some of these assets are like will probably go to the next levels, like ladders, cave, and stuff. So I didn't want to use those if the player can't go there.
Hmm.
I played with like having like maybe a cave in the wall in the background, but then it kind of leads you to think like you can go through that wall. So it might need to. I might play with this right here and see if I can get it to be bigger and still look the same. Maybe
Okay.
place that like in the middle somewhere. So it's like I think there was another pack with this one that came with more like specific items that I could put like maybe a broken chest or something to fill out the area. And I think there was an ice sculpture was one of them.
Okay. Great. Yeah.
cool.
Is that in the pack that we purchased, or is it a different pack?
I think it's in the pack that you sent me because the Ice Planet had two files. It was I just brought in one of them, which was just the floor editor, and then the
Yep.
second one was like I think it was yeah, different items.
Cool. Yeah. Because
Yeah, it was like Ice Cave objects that had a bunch of stuff in them. That I could add this statue here. There was these little spikes and things I could add, which yeah, I haven't brought this one in yet, but
got
it
it.
was part of the same pack.
Cool. Yeah. Because I was just thinking like just at least whether it's a giant pit, or a giant statue, just something that it would just bring it all together if we have like one giant. It doesn't even have to be in the center. It could be like in a corner, or randomized
Right.
among the other assets.
Yeah, something big that stands out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I mean, you're thinking like, yeah, something that would then you bring it back to like the main menu or something to connect the main menu to like the first level. So
Mhm.
there's some like image that's the same throughout.
Cool. This is looking great.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think once I add the timer, like adding slimes with the timer, it'll feel even more arcadey game like because it'll just keep going even if you're ignoring things.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Timer definitely. Give him a little bit of yeah, it's good. It's great.
Cool. So on our end, we sent over music today. We brainstormed names. I don't know if you saw the names that we brainstormed. Well, we could get to that after the story. I updated the story slide. I highlighted the old one in red, to signify
Yeah.
that it's old.
And it has the doc wasn't updated yet, just the PowerPoint, right?
Right, the PowerPoint. Yeah.
Okay.
So I just have it as. Wait, we told you about the slime juice idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's kind of what I was leaning into. I like that idea. Was like collecting pink slime juice was the
Hmm.
more monetarily value one, or had more value in terms of the game.
Right, and then that's what we built on that, and just said that you just shoot slimes, and each slime is a different value, except the pink ones are probably like triple the value of the other slimes, or something. And
Yeah,
then it plays as soon as until you touch one of them and you die, depending on how many lives you have. Maybe you have one, maybe you have two. And then a pop up would show up, and then it would say, "Oh, these many slime points are converted to this much slime juice, and that's what your score is." Um, yeah, I think that's yeah. It'll be like you have 50 gray ones, 15 purple ones, three pink ones, and then it'll calculate that totals to this much slime juice, or this not much. Not slime juice, I guess. I guess more this much in profit because you're selling the juice. Um,
yeah. That's kind of I was kind of picturing like what an end screen would look like, and it would kind of be like, yeah, you had your like each slime, and then like a bar or something that would fit like a bar graph that like filled out like, oh, you killed this many, this many, this many, and then like a full counter would add up all the totals. It'd be like you killed 7 grays, 2 purples, and then you got like 16 pinks or something, and then it would add them all up and give you the total score.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Yeah. There's also, what else did we update? The title of the game. This is just a brainstormed list of titles on slide 2. And it's we started. I mean, none of them are great, but I mean, not all of them are great, but some of them are better than others. I think our favorite is something that sounds arcadey, like Spaceman Slime Hunt 3000, or Jetman's Juice, Slime Hunter X.
I like the way Jetman's Juice comes out.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's something like that, or something with the word juice in it, or I don't know. I mean, the first thing that came to mind was like slime juice, but that doesn't sound great.
Right.
I don't like that. But yeah, I do like these names. If I can come up with anything, I'll add to the list as well.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like Jetman's Juice and Slime Hunter X. There will be slime would maybe possibly be like a tagline or something. You know?
I do like that. I can picture it being like the title and then being it like there will be slime or something like that.
Definitely.
Cool. Yeah, you can add to this list, and it's an ever-evolving list, and we could revisit it at our next meeting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Let's see what else did we have to do.
The other thing was
in the doc, correct? No, title
Yeah.
right there. It's on second.
was for the buttons, like UI buttons and stuff. Kind of like what ideas did you guys want, or were you guys gonna like sketch things up, or were we gonna pull things from like an asset store?
We did have an asset store pack, but it's not 8-bit. I attempted making it more of an 8-bit or 16-bit, right? Is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, more of
1632. Yeah. We tried to adjust something. We have something that's good, but we could send. I think we didn't send it over. That's right. Or did we?
I don't know. You said you sent it over.
I thought I did. Yep. There's a Dropbox link in asset management. The very last one is button and UI elements have been created. Yeah, so you can kind of check that out. There's 2 versions in there. One's a little bit more bit-like, and the other one's a little bit like almost degraded, pixelized version. So whichever one you kind of like, you can grab from those 2.
Yeah, and I'll see how they look, and I can also have like 2 separate rooms and then have them each one and see which one looks better.
Right.
Also, I think I exported. I did the more bit, the pixel version. I think I exported the JPEG improperly because it comes out blurry. But there's a Photoshop. There's a Photoshop document in the link that you can open up and play around with.
Okay.
Oh, whoops. There's also my card prototype or something else in there. Don't look at that.
Oh, I still haven't landed on the player character. Is something that I mean, that's something that like is the important part, and I just don't know what looks. If something doesn't fit right, and I'm still not sure. That's
Cool.
If I want it to be, it's gonna be Spaceman. I think we've decided that. But I haven't found anything that I like or looks great.
Okay, so things that I'm gonna make a list, like a Fiverr shopping list. Main player, Spaceman. So if we find a good artist, what else would we ask him to do? We could ask him to do menu items too, like some custom stuff. If the ones.
Well, usually on Fiverr, they're just like sprite artists, and that's it. So we can reach out and see if they want to, but I don't know what they're going to charge, or they might just be focused on that. We can double
Maybe
check.
menu items.
I mean, we have a huge library of menu stuff, so we can just kind of pick and choose from there.
Right, but the ones that we bought aren't they aren't pixel art. It's more of a, it's just regular art.
I mean, I could also try to just like give it a shot myself, since it's just menu items and we're going for arcadey. It doesn't need to be too detailed. It can be more like boxy.
Okay,
So
cool.
I'll see what you guys have, and then if I can like maybe even translate it myself to some sort of basic pixel art, I'll give that a shot
Mm-hmm.
for today and get back to you tomorrow and see how that goes.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, Mike R. Taking a shot at menu design. Cool. What else do we need left? What else do we have left?
Oh, font. If you have a specific font you'd like to use, yeah, because that can be handled any number of ways. Like the font can be drawn with pixels directly onto the buttons, or I can import a font into GameMaker and use that font on all my text.
Cool.
And also for like the numbers, like how we want to display like the high score, like a pixely font. I'm assuming kind of like a, I don't know, Minecraft type, Pac-Man type, like digit font for the high scores, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I was looking at a couple different fonts. I'll find something interesting and then make sure that it's free to use.
Cool. So what do you have to do on your end, Mike?
So I'm going to
let's just say our next meeting is, let's say, Wednesday.
So by Wednesday, I'll definitely have like a build I can send to you guys to mess around with.
Okay.
That'll be something I have, and I will also have the progression of slimes become automatic and not a manual process if you happen to kill slimes. So it'll happen like on a time-based mechanic instead of a killing slime mechanic.
Cool.
Okay, slime spawn.
And for Wednesday, I could do clean up the main menu, so it's more of a like start and exit kind of thing. It's not just like 1, 2, 3 buttons, and then have a like death thing. So like when you run out of lives, then it'll give you your summary. Because right now there's no like summary. It's just you live forever. So I'll add the kind of death and review screen.
Got it.
Yes. So then if I do that, then I'll have then that's the build I'll send to you. That includes the like review screen and the start screen. So then it almost is like a very prototype game, like where you have an end state and a beginning state.
Cool. Cool.
Right? That's awesome, yeah.
Alright, I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks a lot, Mike. It's looking good. Do you guys have any questions or any concerns? Oh, is it still looking possible to have a beta by Friday?
Yeah, I think that would be possible. It seems more possible, especially with what I'll get you by Wednesday, because Wednesday feels like it might even be like more like an alpha, basically. And then Friday, I think I'd be comfortable with the beta.
Cool. Well, great. Yay.
Awesome. Yeah.
All right, guys. See you guys. I'll see you, Mike, Wednesday, and let me know if anything comes up, and we'll get you the assets for Fiverr and the other sites as soon as we can.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
Awesome.
See ya.
Bye.
Take it easy.